Hi, this is Part 3 of Auth0 tutorial. In this video, we will demonstrate how to custom API and apps, and when to custom them. You may have noticed that there's Create API and Create Application buttons. Through these buttons, we can customize API and application. I will show you how to custom an application. Click the button here. We can input the application name. The application name can be changed whenever you need. You can see there's 4 types of application. The native type is used for mobile devices. For example, you are using iOS or Android. Even you are using cross-platform applications like Ionic, you can use native type. The single-page web application is used for JavaScript-based front-end applications. For example, you are using plain JavaScript, you're using Angular or React, you can use this. Regular web application is used for traditional web application running on servers. ASP.NET MVC is a typical application to use this type. Machine-to-machine applications are used for CLIs or services running on your backend. For example, you want to use management SDKs through your backend to manage users. You can use machine-to-machine applications. Here we choose machine-to-machine application type. It will ask what authorization you want to give this application. We need to choose the API here and grant permissions. The permissions is what you saw before in the APIs. For now, we simply select all and authorize. It jumped to quick start. Here is the instructions how you should use this application. Go through the settings. You can see this is basically the same with the default application. But there's a different tag here. It's the APIs. You can see which API grant authorization to this machine-to-machine application. And you can see what permissions here. You can edit whenever you want. You can also find the permissions in the API. We go to the API. You see there's machine-to-machine application tab. You can also find this application got access to this API. Now let's create a custom API. Let's create the button here. Input a name. This should be a friendly name. It can be modified at any time you want to. For example, our service is people service. I will put the name as. The identifier is logic identifier. It must be a URL, but you don't have to publish that URL because no one will call that URL. One thing need to be noticed that after you create the identifier, it can't be modified, but you can delete it. We will leave the algorithm as default. Click Create. It jumped to the quick start. Here is the sample code for you to follow. If you go to the settings, it's basically the same with the default management setting, but you can modify whatever you want. For example, you want to change the access token expire time, or you want to allow offline access. You can save it. You can also delete the API. You can add permission for this API as well. You can also grant access to applications to this API. As is seen here, after you create a custom API, a machine-to-machine application is automatically created and got the access. We can check the application here. See, there's a new application created. If you don't need it, you can simply delete the application. For example, I don't need the test application here. It's already deleted, but I want this machine-to-machine application can visit the custom API, so I can grant access to that API. Then I realized I already got the API. I don't need the Auth0 management API anymore. I can disable it. So when we check the API, we can find the application is unauthorized. But in the custom API, it got access. Now the question is, when we need to custom API and APPs. For APIs, there's two reasons. First, because the management API can do everything on dashboard and more. It means you will exposure all the administrative operations to outside. So if you don't want to exposure everything to public, you can custom an API. The second reason is when you need a different settings from the management API. Because the management API can't be changed or deleted. So if you want another setting, for example, you want a longer expire time for your access token, you have to custom an API. For APPs, you will always need to custom APP if you want to use a specific authorization flow. In this video, we demonstrate how to custom API and APPs, and we also demonstrate when to custom API and APPs. Thank you for watching.